Guys, what is going on? I am super excited this morning because I've got a clutch of eggs on the ground that I've been really highly anticipating, and I think you guys will be too. Welcome to Beach's Scaly Beasts, where I focus on the natural keeping of herpetofauna and marine aquaria. So I'm kind of half freaking out a little bit because I've been waiting for this day for the last week. I've been watching this girl for quite a while now, and I'm talking about my female Gillens monitor. It looks like she's dropped a really nice clutch by the looks of it in the little nest box I've got inside the enclosure there. So I'm going to go in and dig it up, and we got to get some food back into this girl soon as well. So I actually had thought that she'd finished laying, but she hasn't quite yet. You can see the tip of her tail there. There's 1, 2, 3 eggs. Another fourth one over that side. So she's still in there with them. So I am going to leave her be. I don't want to disturb anything just yet because she's doing what, you know, a good mum will be doing, and she's going to come back out at some point. So what we're going to do is I'm going to head out for the day, go about my business, make sure that my incubation tub's all set up, and get it nice and warm, ready for these eggs. And we'll come back and see her again this afternoon. So as far as incubation goes, I'm just using these ironbark containers. Not sure if Rob's still doing these, but these things are fantastic. They're a nice little tray there for your eggs. And I just put a bit of water in there with some water crystals just to try to take a bit of that splashing and slushing motion out of the water a bit. I'm going to whack this in the incubator and get ready for these eggs, and hopefully we'll dig them out this afternoon. Now on these tubs I have drilled a couple of little holes. That's just to allow a little bit of better airflow. There's another one down here as well. Just so then you don't kind of create a bit of a pressure cooker in these little tubs as well, because the last thing you want to do is actually pop your eggs, and that's, you know, I'm actually talking from experience there, unfortunately. So yeah, don't want to do that. And what I mean by that is you can actually create a bit of a pressure system inside of here if you do have a completely sealed up tub. And when you go to like check your eggs or give them a bit of oxygen and you pop the lid, the pressure changes so rapidly that, in particular with small dwarf goannas, you can actually pop the eggs and yeah, it's not fun. I still remember my first clutch of Ackies. I think I had about 12 eggs or something like that, and I opened it up and I popped about 7 or 8 of them or something from memory. So yeah, don't want to be doing that again, especially with my little gilleni. So the female has finished nesting. She's just burrowed everything back in. She's looking so tired and very depleted. Can't wait to get some pinky mice into this poor girl. You're okay, darling. Oh, you're a skinny little thing, aren't you? Here we are. I'll let her be over that way. I'm going to defrost some pinky mice and hopefully get a bit of heat and size back onto her real soon. But for now I'm going to take this egg box out and we'll have a look at these eggs. Alrighty guys, so I've got those pinky mice defrosting. I want to get that weight back onto her as soon as I can. It looks like she's depleted a lot of her body mass doing this, so the last thing I want to do is lose that little animal. You know, at the end of the day, breeding can be pretty risky with any animal, so you know, you just got to make sure you look after them coming out the other end. And a nice big protein hit like that will hopefully help her out. And I'll start making up some of my food mix that I tend to give a few of my little guys here very shortly. We'll give her a hit over that the next few days. So I like to just gently kind of scrape away the sand until I uncover these eggs. When I do finally get down to the eggs, I will give them a little texture mark on the top just to indicate which way is the right way up for the egg. Just in case I roll them at any point by accident, then it gives me a good indication as to which way is the right way up. As I'm sure most of you know, rolling reptile eggs can be somewhat detrimental. It's not too bad when they're pretty fresh like these guys, but if they get a little bit further on in incubation, the last thing you want to do is really roll them. In this nest box, all I've got in here is actually just some moist sand and coir peat mix. It's probably roughly 1 to 1 with each part. and it's honestly pretty moist. It's quite humid in this little box. Hopefully she likes using this as a nest box, and once I am done here as well, this thing's going straight back in, and that's just to make sure that she knows that if she does want to drop another clutch, there's the access for it in there. So I don't want her to think that she's, you know, missing out on an opportunity to potentially double clutch. Oh, here's my first one. I like to just put a small black line on the top of the egg, nothing fancy. That's just a good indicator to me to keep them the right way around. I'll get this little guy out of here. I'll tell you what, for such tiny monitors, they lay humongous eggs. It'll be interesting to see how many we've gotten. She's very depleted. I'm estimating at least 5. But we'll see how we go. I will keep digging around because you never know who else is hidden around in here. Oh yep, there is number 7. That's mental. Usually these guys have on average between about 3 to 5 eggs, so it's pretty amazing to see such a large clutch. That's such an amount of eggs out of her body. I feel so sorry for this little darling. That's why we got those mice defrosting, to try to give her a big treat and hopefully get some weight back onto her super soon. I'll have a bit more of a poke around just in case she has done something like 8 in a clutch, which again would be a monster clutch for these little animals. You wouldn't believe it, but I've just found an 8th egg. There are a couple of eggs here that potentially are a little bit shonky, but we can only see what happens. That's crazy. Just that amount of eggs in general is just mental to me. Well, there you go. I've had a good dig around. Couldn't find any more apart from that, but Jesus, 8 eggs. Like, the fact that she even got those out of her body is just amazing. I can't believe she had that many inside of her, to be quite frank. There's a couple that are looking a little bit sus to me. This little one here, there's a little bit of a kind of, I don't know, just kind of like an off yellowy sort of colour just there. Same as this one over here. So we will just see how they go. And hopefully I can see some veins within the next week or so, and hopefully we get a few healthy bubs out. I'd be stoked even if I got just a few for myself, even if that's a little bit greedy. But at the end of the day, you know, that's why I do this. I do have this as a hobby, and I do enjoy making these little critters for myself to play around with. So we'll see how we go anyway. And I'll keep you guys all updated, but these guys are going to go off into the incubator. I'll put that on nice and tight. And there we go, straight into the incubator. Keep them nice and toasty for potentially about another 110 days odd. Well, there you have it, guys, just a nice little video with some eggs there. I really hope this girl bounces back real quick for me, because that's my main concern, is she's such an awesome little monitor. I just want her to bounce back nice and fast. But what can I say? Out of every animal, that's the one that I want in the incubator, so hopefully they last the distance and they go well. Yeah, let's see how they go, and I'll keep you guys updated with what happens along the way throughout my videos and bits and pieces. I'm just looking at her now. She's down and basking underneath the heat light, so hopefully we can get a bit more food into her shortly. And yeah, I can't wait to have some baby monitors running around, because it's been a little while. It's been about a year or so since I've had some little babies here, And the last lot were freckled monitors. So it'd be good to have some of these guys out and running around as well. If you did like the video, guys, make sure to drop it a like, give it a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for some more reptile related content here, and make sure you go and check out the Teespring store and Patreon links down below in the description, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take it easy.